Hey, yo, what's good, man, players? It's your boy, Desmond Sharp, man, back out here on this Madden 23 franchise mode. And we are here in the 4 o'clock scheduled game here in week 2. Now we have another 0-1 versus 1-0 matchup featuring the Denver Broncos hosting the Houston Texans. Now, you guys may know of, now you see Houston has a new quarterback, Ben Hall. He led them to victory in week 1. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they suffered defeat in the opener where Russell Wilson made his return to Seattle. And let's just say things didn't go out too well. His team only lost by 10 either way. But the performance from Russell Wilson, he's hoping to bounce back in front of the home fans in Denver. Now, if you haven't seen the rest of the games here in week number 2, be sure to go check it out. Be sure to go check it out to, be sure on what's been happening so far here in the second week. And don't forget to go back and check out week 1, just in case if you missed out on all the action from the opener, so you guys will be able to get caught up. So with that being said, we are set to go. So let's head down to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. Let's see what will happen with Russell Wilson this game. Will he bounce back from that 4 interception performance in the opener, or will Houston give the Broncos their second defeat of the season? Let's find out what happens. Let's go.
It's week 2 of the 2022 season, and up next are the Texans' superstar tight end. It was a nice line for him a week ago, reaching the century mark and scoring a touchdown. It's the Texans and the Broncos, just ahead on EA Sports.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Houston Texans and the Denver Broncos. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our 2 quarterbacks in this one, I'd say it's a study in contrast. Young versus, well, let's say experienced.
And you are on point about that, because you definitely don't say old now. That won't gain you any points, but you're right. You got one guy who's still kind of figuring things out. Still at that point where he's learning more with each game he plays. And then the other side of the field, you've got a guy who's kind of seen it all at this point. Maybe his body's slowed a little, but the knowledge of the game, still top-notch, and he can win with his mind.
Alright, so the Denver Broncos are going to get the ball first to start the game, which means that you're going to see Russell Wilson out there, who is hoping to bounce back from a 4 interception performance in the opener. He has a chance to bounce back in front of the hometown fans in Denver. As we are underway from Mile High. And Jerry Jeudy, he will not return this one, so we get to see the Bronco offense for the first time. And leading them out, number 3, Russell Wilson.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup, threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
So here's a first down for the Broncos. Here's a toss to Melvin Gordon. And the Texans defense gets there to stop him at the 26. Now those were the numbers for Melvin Gordon in the last game.
23 carries, 135 yards, big gain.
So coming off the opener where they established the run and established it well. Their goal is to make sure that the trend continues and to serve notice to the rest of the league that they might be a run-first team.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
2nd and 9. Here's a read option. Russell Wilson, and he loses the football. But I think the Broncos were able to pick it back up.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know,
here's Wilson on 3rd and 8, and he connects with DJ Sharp. And they're going to bring him down at midfield, and that will move the chains. It's a first down. A gain of 22.
He was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
So here's a first down after that completion to DJ Sharp. Here's a jet sweep. LaMarcus Cook, and he went nowhere. The Texas defense were all over that jet sweep.
That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. The Broncos had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Wilson lets it fly downfield, and it's batted down. He tried to go to the LaMarcus Cook. Now it's 3rd and 11.
This game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Wilson looks to throw again. He's going to air it out again. LaMarcus Cook is down the field. He's got a Bronco touchdown as Denver strikes first.
I don't know that he envisioned it quite that way, but if he was smart, he probably dreamed about it a little bit.
Now, I'm pretty sure LaMarcus Cook is definitely happy about that one. To finally get into the end zone for the first time in his career. And the Broncos take an early lead.
Try here for the extra point.
And Johnson puts in the extra point right down the middle. It's 7-0 Broncos. So here's Charles Johnson to kick this one away. And this one's not going to be returned by Thomas. So now we get to see the Houston offense for the first time. And leading them out, their rookie quarterback, Ben Hall, getting set for his second NFL start.
Now we'll see what kind of lessons he's learned as he prepares for his second start in the NFL.
Now Ben Hall, I'm pretty sure he was talking to his team how they played well in the opener, even though they won by only a touchdown. They were hoping for better things though. Here's Burkhead on first down. And he is tackled at the 26. He's going to get a yard out of that one.
I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Looking to throw.
And Hall, 2nd and 9, he sacked. The Broncos got him. Logan Wilson with the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Now I'm pretty sure that Ben Hall, he only got sacked 1 time in the Week 1 victory. And here goes the 2nd sack that the Texans have given up so far. So that offensive line for Houston has actually done a good job so far. Even though it's only been 2 weeks of action.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
3rd down, Ben Hall connects with Wes Montgomery. And they're going to bring him down at the 44 and a 1st down for Houston.
No problem as they're able to convert.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the 1st down.
On
1st down. Here's Ben Hall throwing, and that's complete. He's got Tucker. And he is brought down. Mark him at the 34 and another 1st. A gain of 23.
And so is this one. A nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
1st down. Here's Rex Burkhead. And they're going to bring him down at the 20. And that's another 1st down for Houston.
Nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
So here's another 1st down for Houston. Here's a toss. Burkhead. And he's going to be going backwards on this one. A loss of a yard. Good play by the Denver defense. And that's it for the 1st quarter.
After 1-7-0 on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it 2nd down and 11.
Second and 11 for the Texans. Ben Hall, and he's sacked. Devin Garland with the sack. He brought the safety blitz. And now it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And that'll bring up 3rd.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw.
Hall throws left side, and that's caught by Tucker. But he's going to be well short as he stepped out of bounds at the 26. Now it's 4th down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
So on 4th down,
so here's Fairbairn on for the field goal. And Fairbairn's going to put this one in to put the Texans on the board 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball
and here's Johnston. He'll kick this one away.
For 3 points. Game on.
And Jerry Jeudy, he will take it in the end zone. So the Broncos will take over.
So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They're on top here as they come up on a 1st and 10, trying to make amends for that lost week at the hands of Seattle.
First down, Melvin Gordon. A nice run there by Gordon. He gets tackled at the 38 and a quick first down.
13 yards, picking up the first.
We know Melvin Gordon is very effective getting to the perimeter, but being a former University of Wisconsin Badger means you know how to run the ball inside and with power as well. I also like the fact that he's a weapon in the passing game. Had as many as 58 catches in a season. Throw it to him in space and look out.
Here's another carry, Gordon, and he'll put forward to the 41, a gain of 3.
To the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know, you're just trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 41,
Wilson, nowhere to go, and Wilson is sacked. Jerry Hughes with the sack, and now it's 3rd down for Denver.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. Back to throw.
Wilson looks to throw. He's going to air it out. LaMarcus Cook. He's got it. LaMarcus Cook to the house. Touchdown Denver. Back-to-back receiving touchdowns for Cook. He's cooking.
The arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into danger Russ.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense.
He is definitely cooking all right. That is 2 touchdowns for LaMarcus Cook.
And you give up a big one.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. Now the try here for the extra point.
So here's Johnson. Extra point is good, and it's 14-3. So here's Johnson. He will kick this one away. And Thomas, he is not going to return this one. So the Texans offense will take over.
Week 2 underway around the NFL, and a reminder that later tonight it'll be Chicago and Green Bay in the Packers home opener, the 101st season of that great rivalry. They had the 100th anniversary last year. And then tomorrow night a treat, a Monday night doubleheader. Tennessee and
first down, Burkhead trying to fight forward, but he's tackled at the 26. 1 yard gain there, 2nd and 9.
Sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Ben Hall on 2nd and 9. He connects with KJ Tucker, and he is tackled at the 32. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 3 for the Texans.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Looking to throw.
3rd and 3, and Ben Hall is sacked. The Broncos got to him. Logan Wilson with the sack, and now it's 4th down.
Defensively, getting the sack here. That comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away.
So here's Johnston on the punt for Houston.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
And here's LaMarcus Cook to return. And he is tackled at the 28-yard line, so the Broncos will take over.
Denver's offense ready to go again. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And here's a carry, Melvin Gordon. And he is tackled at the 37. A gain of 9 right there.
Nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Second and 1.
On 2nd and 1, Wilson.
Here's Wilson. He's going to air it out for DJ Sharp, and he's got him. He's got a Broncos touchdown. Man, oh man, Russell Wilson is cooking. He is cooking. 3 touchdown passes in the first half. And these are not just regular passes. These are deep passes. And give him all the credit. He was talking to his team about playing a better game, and he is just taking advantage. He is just taking advantage.
Now comes the kicking team here for the extra point.
Here's Johnson for the extra point. And this one is good, and it's 21-3, just like that. Russell Wilson has got to at least be over 100 yards passing on the game. With these 3 touchdown passes he has thrown, he has got to be at least over 100 yards passing. So Thomas is not going to return this one. This one's going to be a touchback, so the Texans will take over.
Late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
Here's a first down. Ben Hall, and he goes down. The Broncos got to him.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Back to throw. Hall.
Ben Hall looks to throw. He's going to air it out for Tucker. And he dropped it. Man, how big of a play would that been if he could have held on to that? So it's 3rd and 19 for the Houston Texans. The Denver defense, they're looking to get him off the field again. Ben Hall with pressure coming at him, it's incomplete. So now it's 4th down. So here's Johnston on the punt for Houston. And this one's sent away. Here comes LaMarcus Cook. And they're going to bring him down at the 33. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be the very last play of this first half. And Russell Wilson is over 200 yards passing so far in the first half, with 3 touchdown passes on the game. And his Broncos lead it 21-3 at halftime.
So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2.
Up next, the last 4 o'clock scheduled game will be in Las Vegas, as the Arizona Cardinals will face the Las Vegas Raiders. Then, Sunday Night Football from Green Bay, the oldest rivalry in the NFL. Justin Fields and the Bears takes on Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Texans in that first half. And they will need to get this passing game in gear, because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, we check out their numbers on the ground, as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. These two teams making their final adjustments before coming out for the second half. And for the call, we go back out to Denver and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Man, how about these Denver Broncos? Russell Wilson, you just gotta say that this man is just literally on point. He is out of his mind. He is literally out of his mind. 3 touchdown passes so far. Has his team in the lead. Is 21-3. The Broncos with the lead, trying to bounce back from that loss at the Seahawks, looking to bounce back at home, while the Texans are trying to overcome this deficit and get the 2-0 on the season. Let's find out what happens in the second half.
The Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
They go play action here.
Play action on the first play. Ben Hall throws, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds at the 44-yard line. And that's the first down.
Give him 19.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Hall now on 1st and 10.
Ben Hall looking around. Ben Hall, he's going to scramble left side. There he goes. And he's out of bounds at the 35-yard line. And that's another first.
No problem scrambling for 22 and a first.
I've met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Back to throw.
Hall on first down, and he completes this to Wes Montgomery.
And he gets it down.
A gain of 3 on that one. 2nd and 7.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down. Looking to throw.
Ben Hall throws, and that one is dropped. Intended receiver was KJ Tucker. It's 3rd down.
We're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense offensive continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now Hall from the gun on
Hall throws, and that one is caught. KJ Tucker with the grab, and he'll go down at the 6. Now it's 1st and goal, Houston.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw, and they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw again.
Hall looking end zone, and it's picked off. Devin Garland picks it, and the Broncos are going to get the ball back. So just when you think the Texans are going to try to get back in the game, the turnover happened. He was trying to go to Brandon Cooks. So now the Broncos will take over.
And we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 20-yard line. After the interception, here's Wilson.
Wilson throws, and that's caught by Cortland Sutton. And they're going to bring him down at the 44 for a 1st down. Russell Wilson just continues to strike.
This offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Now it's Wilson.
Wilson's going to air it out again. LaMarcus Cook, he's got it. Another big strike from Wilson to Cook. They are cooking.
Has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
Man, oh man, Russell Wilson and LaMarcus Cook, they are cooking right now.
Play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Here's Wilson.
Wilson to the end zone, and it's picked off.
Picked up by
Kyler Fackrell picks it, and Fackrell with some room. And they're going to bring him down at the 35.
Still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not
that was totally unexpected. The Broncos were trying to add on to their lead, and then that happened. So both quarterbacks turning it over in the red zone.
Sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive.
Hall looking around, and Ben Hall gets rid of it.
No option here but to throw it away.
So that's going to bring up 2nd down.
To be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the 1st time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
Ben Hall throws, and that one is incomplete. He tried to go to KJ Tucker. Now it's 3rd down.
One incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Hall.
And Hall on 3rd down, he connects with Montgomery, and he's tackled at the 25 and a 1st down.
Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Brent Hall throws, and that's incomplete. He was trying to go to Tucker. It's second down.
Up to the top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action in Denver. They'll look to throw again.
Hall to throw again, and it's dropped. KJ Tucker. That is just insane. That is back-to-back passes. And now it's 3rd down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Ben Hall, and he's sacked. Randy Gregory with the sack right there. And now that's going to bring up 4th down.
Loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety.
So here's Kylie Fairbairn for the field goal. His 2nd field goal of the game is good. And now it's 21-6.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So Johnston sends it away, and Jerry Judy's not going to return it. So this will be a touchback.
Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive.
Wilson, nowhere to go, and that one's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
So here's a 2nd and 10.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. There's Wilson to throw.
Wilson getting pressured, lets it fly. Oh, it was a battle for the football, but now it's 3rd down.
Many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
Wilson lets it fly. LaMarcus Cook is down there. He is beasting.
At the 20-yard line.
He connects with another big strike, and that's going to be a 1st down. And that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. The Broncos lead this one 21-6. Look at that passing game. 329 total yards passing. Are you serious?
A Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10.
First down, Wilson breaks a tackle, and Russell Wilson, he's got a Broncos touchdown. The Texans knew that they knew the play was happening. They just couldn't tackle him.
You're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now. Extra point forthcoming.
So here's Johnson for the extra point. And it is good. And the Broncos lead it 28-6.
Finishing things off with a touchdown run. The kickoff team.
So here's Johnson to kick this one away. And Thomas is not going to return this one, so this will be a touchback.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards.
Ben Hall slings this one downfield for KJ Tucker. Now, they definitely needed that one. They needed some type of big play to kick off the drive, and they get a big one.
Loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And that's a rare bright spot in what's overall been a pretty poor showing so far, but you got to figure when you're down a bunch, why not take some big shots? And they connect on that one.
And the final readout on next-gen stats, remarkable. That ball traveling close to 80 yards in the air.
Ben Hall throws end zone, and that's incomplete. He tried to go to West Montgomery. Now it's 2nd and goal.
They've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Looking to throw.
2nd and goal. Ben Hall, and it's batted down and incomplete. That could have been the 2nd interception thrown by Ben Hall. Now it's 3rd and goal.
He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal, and that was complete to Brandon Cooks. And the Bronco defense stops him at the 1. Now it's 4th and goal.
Nice gain. Great tackle. Really good tackle. Kept him in bounds, kept things going. What do you do here?
That's the question. Let's see what they do.
So it's 4th and goal for the Texans. And Ben Hall connects with KJ Tucker. Touchdown Houston. As they cut into the lead a little bit.
Great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Now the Houston offense is going to stay out there as they'll try for 2. They'll try and throw for it.
Ben Hall, and he connects with Tucker again for the 2-point conversion. Now it's a 2-touchdown game, 28-14.
They elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
So here's Johnston on the kick.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
On the return, here comes Jerry Jeudy. And they're going to bring him down at the 27. So the Broncos are going to take over.
They're are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And here's Melvin Gordon on first down. And he is tackled at the 28. A gain of 2.
They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
And here's Gordon again. And he'll be tackled at the 31. Now it's going to be 3rd and 6 for Denver.
Back in training camp, they knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world.
Wilson on 3rd down, and that was complete to DJ Sharp, and that's going to be a first down right at the 37.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And here's Wilson on the read option, and Wilson. And he goes out of bounds at the 46. A gain of 9 there, 2nd and 1.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
2nd and 1, and Wilson, he's going to be stopped right at the 45. And now it's going to be 3rd and 2 for the Broncos. And with that, that's going to do it for the 3rd quarter.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA
Well, not technically the 3rd quarter, but however, it's 2 minutes left in the game.
They've got a 3rd down now as they look for 1 more first down to help salt this one away. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Third and 2. Here's Melvin Gordon, and he will pick up the first down. So now the Texans are going to use one of their timeouts. I know they definitely wanted to stop him to get the ball back, but instead, the clock will stop at least because they have to use their timeouts now. So 1 more first down for the Broncos will definitely ice the game. Gordon again, and he is tackled at the 49. Now it's 2nd down.
Use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Second and 8. Here's Melvin Gordon, and he is tackled at the 46-yard line. Now it's going to bring up a 3rd and 5.
As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. From the shotgun,
Wilson throws, and that's picked off. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans will get the ball back.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
So now the Texans down on the scoreboard. At time, a huge factor. The turnover does give them life, but they still need 2 scores.
So first down for Houston.
Hall on first down.
Ben Hall, and he finds Wes Montgomery, and he's going to score as they cut into the lead. Uh-oh.
His second touchdown on the season. And the Texans have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but
So Fairbairn's going to put in the extra point. Now it's 28-21. It is starting to look bad.
No doubt about it. So just over 90 seconds to play, and this would figure to be about as critical as it gets here.
So here's the onside kick, and it's recovered by Denver. Tim Patrick has it. And with that, that ought to do it.
You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And Russell Wilson, he'll take a knee here. And with that being said, the Denver Broncos, what heart do they have, right? Russell Wilson, he started off the game with 3 first half touchdown passes. In the second half, he started to stumble a bit, throwing those 2 interceptions. However, his team was still able to hold on. And unfortunately for them, they're gonna get the victory, but the clock will still run. Oh, wait a second. I don't think the Broncos realized the shot clock was still going. A controversial penalty.
Everyone's set, and the clock hit 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
So now they operate back from their side of the field here, 2nd and long.
It was 2nd and long, and unfortunately, they're going to kneel it. They're going to kneel on it. The Texans, they had no timeouts anyway, so what else could possibly happen? So unfortunately, one more kneel could definitely seal the win for Denver.
Defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
And Wilson goes down to a knee one more time, and that will do it.
He was sensational.
Russell Wilson, what a bounce back. The Denver Broncos, they bounce back. They are into the win column for the first time this season with a 28-21 win over the Houston Texans, who will also fall 1-1.
Location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for the Broncos, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Houston, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears.
Yo, man, if I'm honest, hopefully, Russell Wilson never starts off the season like that, and then the very next game he just starts smoking. Hopefully we see that all season from Russell Wilson. Hopefully we see that all season, right? Hopefully we see that from him all season, because he came out and basically just cooked. He just cooked. He completely cooked that Houston defense with 3 first half touchdown passes to start the game. Now, luckily for Denver, they were able to hold on to the lead because Houston kept fighting, and they were able to cut the lead down to a touchdown. But unfortunately, the Broncos were able to hold on. So they got lucky. The Broncos got lucky this game. So here are the stats. Russell Wilson, like I said, huge bounce back. 345 yards passing. Now the 2 interceptions, he's definitely going to have to wipe out, because that's now 6 on the season for Wilson. And really, I'm pretty sure he definitely doesn't want to have that many interceptions to start the season after he just threw 4 of them in the opener. But he still played well. Like I said, 3 touchdown passes he had earlier to start the game. Ben Hall threw for 225, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Now the sacks are the definite key, because Ben Hall, he only got sacked once in the opener. Now getting sacked 5 times in this game, man, that one was pretty rough. Here's the running game. Melvin Gordon, 39 rush yards for him. Russell Wilson, 25 yards rushing and a touchdown. Ben Hall, a carry for 22. And Rex Burkhead, 4 carries for 15. LaMarcus Cook, as we take a look at the receiving, this man was cooking. 230 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. This man was absolutely cooking. He was cooking. I'm talking about whenever he needed a big play, Russell Wilson gave it to him every time. Russell Wilson just kept giving it to him. He was just feeding the rock every time. KJ Tucker had over 100 yards receiving as well. He had a touchdown. DJ Sharp, 3 catches for 91 and a touchdown. Wes Montgomery, 4 catches, 69 yards and a touchdown. Cortland Sutton, a catch for 24. John Mache, a catch for 19. And Brandon Cooks, a catch for 8. So for the Broncos, they make amends from that week 1 defeat as they win their home opener. And they'll get to stay home again as the San Francisco 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile for Houston, they too will exit with a 1-1 record. And they'll get to go on the road again, but this time they will match up with Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears. Alright, so with that being said, that is going to do it for the 4 o'clock scheduled game. We're down to 1 game, and that game is going to be in the next episode. If you enjoyed this game, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Next game up, we are going to be in Vegas. The Cardinals and Raiders to battle for their first win of the season.